Yes. So, so I'm now on, let's see, once again, I'm in Dumbo and I'm in Brooklyn and it is Tuesday, June 17th, and I'm about to stand in front of the rising sun because I love this image. Quick picture. Hey everybody, I'm back. So I've just come from Starbucks having a toffee nut iced coffee. You know what I realized, like, I like yeah, I probably would have coffee if I wasn't being lazy. Look at these guys flirting. You see, aren't they supposed to be doing work? I hope they got the cement all equalized, right? Anyhow, so I just came from Starbucks. I've been in there, I was probably in there for about 2 hours. I don't care what anybody says about Starbucks. It's a very nice sitting place. Hold on, I'll be back. So, right. And I am now headed towards the water. I'm right under the Brooklyn Bridge. This is so basically this is downtown, no, this is Dumbo. And this part of Brooklyn is right by the water. I probably said it 1,000 times, so you probably get the drift of that. And it's been fixed up really, really nicely. They invested a lot of money in this part of New York City. And it's really, really, if you're ever here in NYC, come down here, okay? Over here is very nice. Just look, you can basically see the skyline. I'm gonna say something to you though. So, you know I'm from Brooklyn. I'm from New York. And when the World Trade Center went down, the next day, first of all, I couldn't believe it happened. And I'll never forget, the next day when this was not the way this is now, this still pretty much looked like this, a pile of rocks and rubble, right? Anyhow, remind you, we're right under the bridge, you see? I think this is the Brooklyn Bridge. Anyway, the next day I rode my bike, because like I told you, I was an avid bike rider, and I'll start again. I rode my bike right down here, right here. Okay? None of this was here. This restaurant has always been there, but none of this, and I rode my bike right down here, right over here, and I remember looking out of this gate right here in this area, and looking at the smoke come up out of the World Trade Center, like the rubble, and just seeing the smoke, okay? Yeah. And now this is all really fixed up, really, really nice. Look, now that's always been here. And you know what? This has always been here too for a long time, but just in terms of like all of this stuff, that's always really, really nice. It's been fixed up. So I'm headed to the water, and I'll bring you with me. There's a lot of water over this area, but I didn't want to walk all the way down to the promenade. I'll do that another day. I can do that tonight. I can walk to the promenade again tonight. I don't give a damn. I like to walk. I like to be out. It makes me feel, it revitalizes me. The pretty flowers. Forget what kind of flowers those are. I probably never really even knew. Okay, so wait a minute. Oh, I'm going on the wrong side. Let me see if I can enter this way. No, let me go this way. So by the way, people, right down here, I'm on now. Woo, look at that. So I'm on Water Street and Old Fulton Street. And right over here is a famous pizza shop. I think it's called Grimaldi's or something like that. The line, I would walk over there, but I don't feel like it. The line is probably around the corner right now to get in. People come from all over to get in. I'm walking towards the water now. So, yeah. So we got the Brooklyn Ice Cream Factory, which I would definitely get some ice cream because did you know how much I love ice cream? I love ice cream so much that I had to go cold turkey because I spent $4,000 on ice cream. 4 G's. Oh my God, look at a dead bird. Poor thing. Oh, like he just died. Okay, so here we are. Are we still recording? Here we are. Do you love this view? Do you see why I came down? Do you see why I walked? Do you see why I would have walked further? Do you see why this is where you should visit when you come to New York? So we have the Brooklyn Ice Cream Factory right here. So there's the World Trade Center. So remember when I told you that I rode my bike down here when they had fell? That's why I was able to see it, because you can see my view right now, right? Let me switch the camera around. Whoa. You see it right there? That's it right there. And so it's now rebuilt, like 13 years later, if I'm not mistaken. Anyway, I could be off. Forgive me if I am, but I love it. So anyway, let's walk. Let's walk. What am I gonna have to eat? I just had pizza. I get excited. I love food, the outdoors, and a lot of things I can't talk about right now. I think I found this spot where we can sit and I can talk, and I don't think I have to worry about sitting on any dog feces. I don't think so, because this is what it says. So we're gonna trust that. Remember, no fear. Oops. All right, so I'm gonna find a little, I like to be off on my own. So I think I'm gonna do right here by the exit or the entrance. Good spot? I think so. So I'm back in the original spot. So, yeah, what I was saying was, so start over. So anyway, I really always had a clear idea. I'm out here, yeah. Okay, start over. So yeah, so I'm just back in the same spot on the park bench, okay? So, you know, growing up, I always had a clear idea of what I wanted my lifestyle to be like. And I never really expressed it, and there was really no one to express it to, because, you know, living in a certain way, I don't know, maybe I was just like a kid that was a little bit more mature, or kind of my thoughts were ahead of everyone else's, because I always wanted to live a very simple life. And I remember always making things and being really like grassroots. I loved images of like Rastafarians, and I remember when I first saw my first Rastafarian, I have a picture of it. It's hilarious. Maybe not my first, but when I was like up close and personal with one growing up in Jamaica, you should see the picture. If I can find it, I'll post it. But I'm just like in awe of this person, and I've gone through my phases, but what remains constant for me is the fact that I love simplicity. I love open space, I love nature, and I can't imagine my life in any other, I can't imagine a lifestyle, in any other lifestyle. I feel like for a couple of years, maybe for the past 10 years, I've been floating around in my life and just trying to find a way, or really trying to find the person that I am, or maybe I've known the person that I am, but just trying to find the courage and the way to express the person that I am, because I've always known who I was, always. And I think it took a lot for me to, it's been a process. For the last 3 years, I have been on a journey of like a thought process journey, not necessarily a physical one, but my thought process has been changing. I remember when I made a big change in my life like 3 weeks ago now, and since then, I'll tell you what that was. But since then, before that big change, I have been preparing to make this big change in my life at least 2 years to 3 years prior, and that meant I read a lot of things about entrepreneurial spirits and what it takes, and being simple and doing what you love, and not falling for the bullshit in terms of like these corporations, just loads of things. So because I knew it would be a difficult journey, let's say, not necessarily difficult, but a journey that would be different from other people's journeys, because my life is so different. I feel like sometimes my life is so different, you know. So fast forward, now I'm here, and I have taken a leap of, I wouldn't even say faith, but yeah, I will say faith, because yes, my life is definitely faith driven now. And what I was talking about before, that big change that I made about 3 weeks ago, I quit my job. I quit my day job, and It's not even one of those things where I'm like, I quit my job, because it's not about that. It's not about that. I'm not going to give it any praise nor gain. It was something that I had to do in my life to move on. I had given them all I could give them. They had given me all they could give me. And it was either stay there and just let the wheels turn, or move on and grow and blossom. Oh, sorry. So that I did. And by the way, I knew this was coming because I foresaw that this job wasn't going to be anything that, let's say, sustained my thoughts or my lifestyle, really. So, like I said, I prepared myself at least 2 or 3 years in advance, because actually I had been wanting to leave this particular company for a while. I wasn't happy at all. Actually, I was becoming very, very, over the time, more and more depressed, and probably the most depressed I've ever been at any company. But I'm not going to down talk the company, because it's, even though I was not very happy there, they were good to me in some aspects, and I was good to them. So, you know, it was a win-win situation for everybody, until it just became too much and I was out. And I left on my own, and you know, hey, and I have no regrets, absolutely no regrets, because right now for me it's about faith, hope, and love. And that's really simple, right? Because that's what I'm about. I'm about simplicity. So yeah, I'm sitting here in this park. I wanted to come down by the water, so I decided to come down, and I want you guys to follow my new Instagram page. It is called @Sunset Tonight. Yes, @Sunset Tonight, and that's spelled ATSUNSETTONIGHT, @Sunset Tonight. All right, I just created it, and basically, so yes, the most important thing is I just want you guys to I don't want to be cliche, but join me on this really special journey that I'm about to take right now. Maybe I'll inspire you, and or pique some other interest that you might have in life, because I've definitely experienced some things, and I'm gonna let them be known for sure more, and just kind of open up, because I realized that the one thing that really hit me this morning too was the fact that I've had so many experiences with traveling, relationships, family-wise, and that sometimes you keep reading all these like self-help books, right? And you're like, oh, let me constantly gain wisdom. And true, life is about gaining wisdom, but there is also a time in life where you take the things that you've experienced, and then you basically go out into the world and you do what it is that you need to do. You take the experiences and you live, let's say, with them. You live by them. Is that making sense? Like, I don't want to keep waking up and feeling like I need to read self-help books to figure it out. I mean, I'll be 60 and then I'll be like, okay, I got it done. Let me go take a risk. No. I've read the books, and I'll read. So yeah, what I was saying is I've read the books. I will be reading more. I will read more. I will always be open to wisdom and to get wisdom, because the first thing about wisdom is to get wisdom, and I will always be on the quest to get wisdom. But right now, it's also time for me to step out with the teachings that I know, and pretty much simple, like, make it happen, you know, basically go for mines. So come with me as I go for mines, and you may be inspired to go for yours. You see what I'm saying? So you can find me here, and also at Instagram, once again, @Sunset Tonight, because that's when all the fun starts, right? Sometimes, especially, oh, well, not on a beautiful day like this. The sun's been out and the fun has already started. All right, so we'll talk soon. Bye.